Good morning, good afternoon, good whatever time it is that you'll be listening to the sound of my voice. So I am outside in the forest. Yeah, this is not a backdrop, this is an actual tree. And it's a beautiful afternoon. I am such a homebody. It just dawned on me that I haven't really been this outside when I'm not running errands or I'm not getting a service, like just seated somewhere taking my sweet time. I have a thought or thoughts. We'll see how they integrate as the course of this video goes. I will introduce what I'm doing in a minute. Just bear with me. Okay, and disclaimer, I apologize in advance. I'm in a forest, and so you're gonna hear noises in the background. I am not able to control that, but I hope that it's not so distracting that you're not able to listen to what I'm saying. Okay? Other than that, just enjoy the breeze through the video, because I know you can't enjoy it from wherever you are. It's very chill, the air is very fresh. So back to my thought. I realized I don't know what I'm doing, and that makes me feel some kind of way. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Like, is this what adulthood is? I've been an adult for nearly a decade, aside from being a teenager, that is, and have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I think being an adult is just waking up and taking risks and being up and participating in the responsibilities which you automatically absorb once you become an adult. That doesn't even make any kind of sense, but you know what I mean. I've been on my mind lately. I am a thinker, and so I'm in my head a whole lot. And it's funny because my head is chaotic at its worst and at its best, so there's literally no escape other than this. And I've been heavy on my mind, and especially I think the past 2 years, I have been in isolation without even knowing that I have been in isolation. But it dawned on me, a couple of months back, that I have been in isolation, and I feel like it was very necessary. How do you know you're in isolation? Isolation happens in two ways that I have known so far or experienced. One is when you have this need to want to be away from people, to be away from civilization. Some people actually have the ability to go away. Someone takes a trip and goes away to a village, just somewhere far away, the lake house, as people call it, different city. You have the privilege to go away from life, detach or unplug, and you can come back whenever you feel ready. Sometimes it's limited because you still have to show up for the responsibilities you have in the society. You could be a parent, you could be a student, you have a job and a career trying to foster, and so you cannot possibly just pack your bag and go wherever. But it would really be nice if we were able to do that, right? The other way is you just disappear online. You decide one day, I'm logging off of every social media platform and I'm not indulging with that for a minute or two. I do that occasionally, a whole lot, and it really helps, by the way. And the other one, which I think is what was heavily for me, when it's divinely orchestrated. Like, I just realized certain connections are falling out of my life, and I do not have this desire to reach out or to try and rekindle or to try and reconnect. I'm just cognizant that, so and I haven't spoken in a while, and that's about it. And that also made me aware that there were certain relationships that I had in my life that I was the only one who was watering the plant. Now that I stopped watering the plant died. And it showed me how I was in situations where I was spreading myself thin because I was giving way more than I was receiving, and that was an improper balance. There was no way that that was bound to work. So people left. I stopped participating in certain activities as well. Certain habits that I had held on to for my whole life, I all of a sudden did not have any interest in. And then I realized it's almost as though I am strategically being kept away from people or from whatever. It's like I was plucked and put into a certain corner and sit there. And I was in a lot of thinking. I buried myself into a lot of reading. I buried myself into a lot of movies and documentaries. There was heavy intake of information happening for me during this time. Heavy. And when I tell you, it almost got to the point where I started feeling oversaturated. You see how in chemistry you would take a liquid and then you are adding sugar and stirring and adding sugar and stirring. It gets to a point where this liquid cannot absorb any more. It is saturated. There's no more. I was feeling full to the brim, and I was beginning to talk to myself. And I know these are the kind of things that get people locked away. But yeah, it was really bad because I was in my head a whole lot. And one day I was like, so where is all this gonna go? I didn't feel channeled enough to write, but where is this gonna be disposed of? It felt like all the knowledge and everything that I had gathered, all the amazing experiences, I may not know everything, let me make that clear, but I know something, and I feel like that something that I know is valuable and is worth sharing. I've learned things and I have the benefit of hindsight that I have now is something that I didn't have when I was 20 or 21 or 22 or 25. I wish I had access to things like this back then, someone candidly sharing the experience. I wish I had known that speaking up is a choice that I have, expressing myself is a choice that I have. I wish I had known that this is an option. I didn't. And the more I think about it, the year has ended. 2024 has ended. I swear to God, just yesterday, it was fast, and we were popping balloons and shouting at the top of our lungs, "Hey, Happy New Year!" And it's almost like we blinked and it's December. I don't even know what happened in between here, but I blinked and it's December and the year is gone. And I know I have lived, right? I have participated and done things and formed relationships, but I have nothing to show for it. Absolutely nothing to show for it. And it got me really sad because I was like, where's the proof? Where's the proof? My phone is just full of memes and screenshots of things I want and things I'm working on, and that's about it. There's no proof of me. There's no proof of life. And that's so sad, That's so sad. I want to document myself. I want to document every little goal that I am experiencing. Oh, today I learned how to maneuver a certain setting on my phone. Yes. I want to document it. It doesn't matter how minute it is. Oh, today I managed to, I don't know, get into the elevator and not fumble while I'm trying to look for where the buttons are. Primarily for me, have I really been living, is the question I think I'm trying to ask myself. So this is an attempt of me documenting myself. It's gonna be vulnerable, it's gonna be ugly, it's gonna be beautiful. I will be your voice of solace and comfort and reassurance. I'll be your voice of enlightenment, because I'm 100% sure I'll be bringing things to you that you may not have had before, or you may have had it but not in the perspective that I'll be sharing. I'm gonna be your voice of contradiction. I want to trigger you. I actually hope I trigger you. I feel like the only way that we are able to move in life with an open self is when you're triggered, because when you're triggered, information that is new has been brought to your attention. Information that contradicts what you have known to be truth or factual, information that contradicts your point of view. And so I will bring it to you, trigger you, and then you will decide, are you going to pick this up or are you not going to pick it up? That's completely up to you. But I am just going to be seated here in my small corner of the internet, where we can freely laugh and get to be naked. And hold up, I don't mean naked like literally. I mean although, but no. Naked in terms of vulnerability, just being raw and random, you know? This is it. I'm gonna be here, my small corner of the internet, where I will be your big sister. It's actually very befitting because I am a big sister. And I will be your real life guinea pig because, like I said, I'm gonna be trying things out and I'm gonna come and tell you, by the way, I didn't know XYZ works like that. And so consider this your invite to my small corner of the internet. That is what you've been listening to. And this is called Food For Thought Podcast by Charlotte. Also, we'll call it Food For Thought. Also, we'll call it Food For Thought Pod. Also, we'll call it FFTP. So whenever you hear me say FFTP, I need you to understand that this is what I'm talking about. So that was part of the thought that I had today. I just wanted to introduce myself so that you know what you're getting into, that you know what you're subscribing to, what you're committing yourself to. I need you to get used to the sound of my voice and my face, because you're going to be seeing and hearing me a whole lot from now. And I cannot wait. I am super excited. I have absolutely no idea how this is going to unfold. But one thing I do know for certain is that it's going to be an adventure that is going to force me to completely open up and get out of my comfort zone. And I really need that. I feel like it's about time. I have been in this space of very cuddled and familiar things, and things that I'm only comfortable doing, risks that I know how they can pan out and how I can have contingency plans in place already. Where is the risk in it? I'm looking for the risk. I'm really looking for the risk. So my food for thought for you today is, what is that thing that you have been dancing on for forever? What is that thing that has been weighing or sitting on your to-do list, on your vision board, on your notes app, that you've been saying, I'm going to strike this, and you are yet to do it? What is that thing? What is your excuse? My excuse had been imposter syndrome for the longest time possible. I felt completely inadequate. I felt like I did not have enough knowledge or proper equipment, or readiness, or even the speech eloquency to structure something like this. I have to start somewhere, I guess. So my parting shot is, You know that saying that says something in the lines of, it's either gonna be one day or day one? I think today is day one for me. Yeah. And I'm really loving this sun, Manzi. I think today is day one for me. And I just felt a sense of pride. I don't know from where. But this is Food for Thought, and I'm Charlotte. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for sticking around to this part, this far. I can't wait to see you next time. 2 things. Please, please, please make good choices and be safe. Okay?